Welcome to the Cheap Wine Academy. Today, as you've seen in our previous lesson, we went over all of our wonderful little components. What came with what, the winemaking kit versus the wine kit. We're actually going to do step one, which is essentially the bucket part. Would you like to read the example?
Well, before we read the example though, I want to remind everybody that we've used cleanser and we've used the sanitizer. So we have gone through that entire process.
Everything got cleaned and sanitized, and this is not just regular sanitizer. This is like sodium metabisulfate, so consequently it's good stuff.
Okay. So the process is very simple. It's basically, we're going to take warm water, hot water in this case, it's right at the tap, and we're going to add it with this bentonite. Now the bentonite is a clay which helps to suspend the juice molecules, the grape molecules, okay? So it's it's a powder, so we need to go ahead and stir, and then as we stir, we need to just sprinkle it in. If we add it too fast,
it clumps up. It becomes this big hunk of clay.
And if we don't stir yet, it becomes basically this clay.
We are using our oak stick. We're very proud of the oak stick. Okay, are you done with the bentonite?
No, it's still down there. Stir faster. Come on, man. Stir it like you mean it. Sprinkle it all in. Okay. Top it. Ooh, it looks like mud.
It does. Well, it's clay. You've ever played with clay? It's usually that gray stuff.
Okay. So once that is all stirred up, what we're going to do is we're going to go actually and add the juice. Once the juice is added, this is a 5 gallon, right?
It's approximately, it's supposed to be right around the 5 to 6 gallon,
okay.
But they didn't necessarily make it.
So we put about a half gallon of water in here already. We're going to put 5 to 6 gallons of juice in it, which is just the prefab grape juice, and then we're going to add some cool water to it just to kind of bring the temperature down. We want the temperature to be between 65 and 75 degrees so that the yeast can do its job properly.
You may pour the wine.
All right. Now the juice comes in this box with a bag and a spout. So what you do is you pull up the bag and you place it through this cardboard holder here, and go ahead and throw that down, throw these wings down, and then bring this over.
That's so that the bag doesn't go plunk into the bucket as you're pouring.
Right. And then somehow, this is what I haven't done yet.
You haven't done that part yet?
Is to get the to actually get the container off. Wow! The cap is really on there. Okay. So then we're gonna hold it. Got it. Pour in the juice. Now, like we said, this has already been set up. It's been the pH has been adjusted. Everything that you need to do. So it comes already ready to go.
Which means we don't have to stomp grapes. I have no interest in stomping grapes.
Although I would like to see you in a Lucy episode.
My wife really likes that Lucy episode. My kids like that Lucy episode. So really and truly, this is just grape juice. There's no real fancy other than the grape juice came from an actual Napa Valley kind of thing. You can get them from Italy, you can get them from Napa Valley, you can get them pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, the box we're using today comes from, basically from North America. So we're talking Canada and the U.S. Yeah, you can get it from just about anywhere. Now, got a little bit of juice left in the bottom of the bag, so we're going to go ahead and just take it out of the box. We're going to pour this out. Get all of it. And yeah, if you want to pour a little bit in there. And what we'll do is we'll just catch the little bit of gold that's still in the bag.
Yeah, these boxes of wine really, I mean, talk about it. This is not cheap grape juice, so we're going to use every single ounce we got.
Yeah, so if you think about it, I mean, it's a glass of wine, right?
Absolutely.
So, ooh, catch all of that. As much as we can anyway.
There you go, sir.
Thank you. All right.
So bentonite is in, it is stirred, it is added there.
Okay.
Next up.
So then from there we got to put in the water, and what we're doing is inside our bucket is a 6-gallon line.
Fill line right about here that we pre-measured, and actually the bucket actually has a line on the inside, and so we need to fill what looks like about 1.5 gallons maybe. Because we definitely want to get this up to the 6-gallon mark. And there we go.
That's good enough. The table's kind of sideways.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now again, this is supposed to bring the temperature up to about 65 to 75 degrees. Now, this is just the grape juice, so if we want any kind of flavoring, we have to actually put it in. So we have some oak flavoring, and those come already set up for us. So you want to stir for me?
Absolutely.
And we're going to stir in the oak. Now the oak is, of course, and the wine is usually aged or created in oak barrels, but we have a plastic bucket, so we're going to add the oak flavor to it. Wow. Stir, stir.
Yeah, stir, buddy.
Stir vigorously.
That's a lot of oak.
It's like wood chips.
It is.
It's like a sawmill in there. Okay. Stir it. Stir. Stir.
Try not to spill. Just.
Watch out. Watch out. Wow. So this is part of the part where the instructions say you can get a drill attachment.
They had like a little, for instance, like a paint bucket. They got the little drill attachments, and you just stick it in there, and it drills the large 6-gallon.
They said they would save some labor, which
They're not kidding.
I'm beginning to agree. I'm sweating here. But this part is, I mean, if this is the hardest part of the process, then I'm okay with that.
74.5 degrees, which really we're trying to get. I'm sure it's probably that temperature just because you're vigorously stirring. But 65 to 75 was the temperature that they say is optimal. You know, don't go over. Otherwise, yeah, 74. We're good. So if you went over that, then you would essentially not necessarily have happy yeast.
Okay, I'm good with that. Well, I suppose. Okay. So the temperature's right.
Temperature's right.
Which they said don't put the yeast in until you know the temperature is right. So, are we clear to go?
We are clear to go. We got the right temperature. We got the right graduated hydrometer settings. Everything is in there, including the oak.
It's not pre-cut.
It is not. They thought of everything. Hey, hang on. No, remember we sanitized everything.
I know it.
We do not need to.
I didn't actually bite it.
Well, I thank you for that.
But your pocket is sanitized. That's good.
Absolutely, it's a pocket knife. So.
All right. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to just sprinkle it on top because.
And it said, "Do not stir."
Do not stir.
Which was actually kind of interesting that you stir everything else, but you do not stir the yeast.
So we just get a good even coverage.
You do that so just artistic, by the way.
It's very Pollock. Okay. And that's it. Now we've like I said, we sterilized everything. So we did the lid. So from what happens now is this part gets covered, and we'll put the lock, the airlock on. The airlock will have water in it. We don't have it for right now, but the airlock will have water in it. And as this ferments, the gases will escape through the liquid and out.
Get in.
And air, outside air, bacteria, things like that will not get into the bucket. Now this, like we said, this goes for
5 to 7 days.
5 to 7 days. Then we transfer it to this better bottle carboy. It sits there for 10 days.
10 days.
Then we add some other agents that we have over here, which we won't go into. But after 14 days, then we siphon it off from here to the bottles, and then we'll do that in a separate video. But for right now, we're done. That's as hard as it gets for right now.
That's it. We're done. Cheap Wine Academy, thank you very much for watching.